Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today, I want to talk about a topic that interests many, and more people are digging deeper for it. Why is spirituality becoming so popular these days? It's because people are starting to realize what connects to their spirit, what feels right to them. So, when people are letting their guards down and actually trying not to overthink something, and doing something that makes them feel good, they're paying attention to it more and more, and they want more of it, and they should. But spirituality is a feeling that comes from our spirit. It's very on a subconscious level. And, many times people say, well, I try to meditate and I'm trying, and I always tell people you shouldn't have to try. Just be you. Just when it serves the need, and you're maybe driving and you're thinking about things, that is a form of meditation. When you can be your most relaxed self is become when you get to be your highest self. I believe that so much. I have preached this for many years, that when you do yoga or you're exercising or you're gardening, playing piano, listening to music, writing, cooking, all of those things brings our consciousness to such an up above level, but we feel our best while doing it. So what does that mean? Well, because of what's going on, even maybe in this world, a lot of not so great things, people are walking away from so many things that just don't feel right anymore, or people have stopped listening to media. And they're going out and they'd rather take a jog, or they'd rather work in their garden or swim in their pool or take a walk. People now have realized that just because the world is going in a very definite way, they don't have to be part of that march. They can march and beat to their own drum. So this is something that I will tell you that is very, very important to do. But when you can sit there and there is a higher power. I say this all the time. What is the higher power? By what the higher power gives us, by how we feel, by the messages that we feel about making a decision, or how we feel about a person. That is a higher power dictating to us and giving us those cheat sheets. So when people say, I felt this wasn't right and I didn't listen and I should have listened, well, you should. You should always listen to the little voice that's inside you. Spirit will come through in so many ways, whether it's a dream, whether it's showing us repetitive numbers, whether we have a gut feeling. But people now are starting to pay attention to the spirituality, and they're finding what works best for them. And I'm proud of so many people that are starting to do this, and they're doing it more and more because this is something that they are achieving, and they know that this is working for them. This is why spirituality is becoming more and more and more. And here's another thing. You as a parent, teach your children from young to always lead with your gut. If your gut is telling you that friend isn't really a friend, or you really shouldn't play with that person or hang out with that person, listen, because when you can teach your child at such a young age and a young level to really dig deep within themselves, do you know what a heads up you're giving your child? What you're setting your child up for such beautiful success in a spiritual way? So this is why people are starting to pay attention to truly what feels right and what doesn't feel right. The more natural you go with things. Now, what do I mean by that? When you are closest to water and nature, you're closest to spirit. Allow yourself to feel what you feel when you're amongst beautiful things, beautiful music, a nice ride, fresh air, a walk, just sitting on your patio or sitting on your front porch. It doesn't have to take money to be happy. When you dig deep, it's really interesting. You know, my husband always said, you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy, it will never buy you happiness. Happiness is something you have to achieve from within. I look at people that search and they buy this, or they got to do this, and they got to have another car, or they got to have another this, they got another dress. It's like, it's not it. You have to dig deep from within. You have to be real with yourself. The biggest thing that I would want everybody to start doing is learning how to be alone with your thoughts, with yourself, and that it's okay. You don't have to be around people 24/7 or have to be babysat. This is something that is necessary, and people are starting to figure it out. And I'm so proud for all of you that are doing that. But spirituality is something that you feel, that connects to your soul, your spirit. So if it works for you, that's great. It may not work for somebody else, and that's another thing. Everybody has to beat to their own drum. As long as it's good, it's honest, it's pure, and you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, it's something that you need to do. So think about that in the future. Think about some of the things that bring you joy, because this is also very important. You know, sometimes I'll ask this question to people and they'll say, you know, what brings you joy? And they'll say, I don't know. Well, then it's time to get really with that again. You have to get reacquainted. You have to find something that sets your soul free, that you just feel so good on such a higher level without even trying. That is true spirituality. When you don't have to try, but you're open to what it gives you back. And that's something that I dare you to do. So make it a mission once a week to do something, try something, and do it effortlessly. Seriously. You don't have to be the best at it. Many times I see people that were always good painters or drawers, and they say, well, I can't do it anymore. I can't do this. Why? Try it. Who says it's got to be, you know, like Picasso or hanging in a gallery? Just go draw something. Make yourself feel good. Take a good friend. Take an art class. Do something. There's so much that you can do. Just don't put so much logical thought into it. The logic will not bring you closer to spirituality. It's a feeling deep from within. And that's what you have to understand. And that's why so many people are making so many mistakes. They're thinking and going about this in a logical way, where it should be what you feel, and then you act upon that. Okay? So keep going with it. Never ever let go of trying to improve your spirit or your soul growth. Your soul growth is everything. You know, I don't care if you're 50, 60, 85, 90. It's never too late to feel something good. So keep that in mind and to learn something. If you can learn a few things every day, more power to all of us. So until then, take the time to get reacquainted with yourself. Don't try so hard, and let your feelings come from within. Subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And you know what? Keep the questions coming, because I'd like to hear all the different things that maybe you have tried that's worked wonderful for you. I love to hear all of those things, because it does work. And it doesn't have to be, you know, stupid or, oh, it's stupid, I'm not going to say it. No, whatever it is that makes you feel better, please bring them on. I'd like to read them all. Okay? All right. Until then, I hope you have a very blessed week. And do me a favor, try to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, relax, and then start maybe thinking, okay? Take care. All the best, all my love to each and every one of you. Bye-bye.